Very good evening, dear fellows around the world. Today, Pakistan's military spokesman has given response over the Pulwama attack in Kashmir, happened few days back. The Prime Minister of Pakistan already have given his response on Pulwama attack and has offered that if you find anywhere any kind of proofs of Pakistani involvement, we are here to investigate and cooperate at all levels. And the same response is by the DGISPR today with the message, starting with the message of peace and an open offer like the Prime Minister did, that we are ready to cooperate, we are ready to offer, all kind of investigation if India can bring any kind of proofs of the involvement of Pakistani side. The DGISPR's response was quite beautiful in the sense of with the message of peace, with the message of cooperation, which is really completely different than the Indian side we are observing nowadays, where there is only the propagation of war going on against Pakistan, and Pulwama attack is taken as that as Pakistan has done this crime in Kashmir. A nice thing was shared here by the DGSPR, who said Chief of Army Staff is there with the mindset that no country can develop individually. There is need of regional development. And when we talk about regional development, it means we cannot involve in the wars. We cannot involve in something what can really be a hurdle for the regional development. So at this point, both countries need to understand this, need to take it very seriously, that we have to work for the regional development, and that is only and only possible if both countries sit together and find the solutions of things through the dialogue. Let me come to the Pulwama attack first, and then we can go further that to the briefing of DGISPR. Look at the incident that a Kashmiri boy who was being taken by the occupied Indian army, and then he was brutally treated. The way he was being kept there in the prisons and was being maltreated by the Indian forces. After coming out of their brutal, life in the prison, what he went through psychologically, that he did such kind of, attack just to, take a revenge. Now, when we see the consequences, this is not the single story. This was the one boy who could make it, and he did it, whatever he could do it. While when you see on the other hand, the other hand side, this is the, such kind of stories are on everyday basis, where the youngsters are being taken away, then they are being, murdered and then thrown their bodies. The girls are being picked up and raped and then, thrown as the dead bodies. This is something quite common in Kashmir, what is going on. And once a boy who was organized, or then, just to have his revenge, what he got, successful in doing, because see, there are limits for everything. When the cruelty, breaks its limits, definitely the response comes. And the same thing happened in the Pulwama attack. While also said the same thing, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, that it is something really, not acceptable as well. It would be just an act of a stupid person that foreign delegates, especially His Excellency the Prince of Saudi Arabia, was in Pakistan, and Pakistan may have any involvement there in Pulwama attack. Definitely, it cannot be, accept it, it cannot be there anyway. But still, Pakistan is open to not only India but to the world. United Nations can be involved. India just bring the proofs, and definitely we can go through and see that if there is any can be treated. While we see the war-like environment created by India, especially political government and the media, that shows quite low mental approach of Indian side at this point, especially for the peace. We can understand that this is something very much beneficial, a boosting kind of catalyst for their political campaign. But on the other hand side, when we talk about the regional peace, when we talk about the peace of the world, we have to understand two things very much, that the both countries are nuclear countries. A video came across yesterday. It shows that this nuclear war between India and Pakistan would not be limited to only harmful for the people of Pakistan and India, but it would be very dangerous for the people of the world, because the consequences cannot be limited to only Pakistan and India. So we have to understand this thing, that we need to be rational at this stage. We should not be emotional for war. Well, I really appreciate the way DGISPR has spoken quite politely, quite normally, with the message of peace and with the message of dialogue. The same kind of response is required from India, because the solution cannot be found in the war. Solution cannot be found by using the nuclear assets against the innocent people of each other. The governments can sit down together and can find a solution through the dialogue. If India has any proofs against that Pulwama attack, they can bring it over. The world can be there as the moderator, that who is wrong and who is right. While for a complete solution, Kashmir needs freedom. Kashmiris do deserve their independent land, and the matter of Kashmir needs to be solved at the earliest by the involvement of United Nations. And I guess that if there is need of more moderators like the European Union and others, they can be also welcome, they can be brought in this matter, and this Kashmir issue needs to be solved at earliest, and this land needs to be given to the people whatever they decide. While coming to Pakistani side, as the DGISPR said as well, that Pakistan has been into the unknown war against unknown for a long time now. And really thankful to the Creator that we have been successful in this thing. Our forces have done a tremendous job, a brilliant job. This is a message again to India, that we are not sitting free. The forces are into practice, a lot better than the Indian forces. Highly professional. The peace, the love for peace, the respect for peace, the understanding, the need of peace must not be taken wrongly. It must not be taken, our weakness. The purpose is not to just show this thing, but it needs to just, clear here that forces and Pakistani media is not playing the same role as played by Indian, as the DGIC also said, that Indian media is playing the role to motivate, try to work for spreading war, that the war needs to stop. While on our side, on Pakistan side, the message of peace, calmness is still there. But it should not be taken at all that professionally our forces are not ready for any kind of attack by the Indian forces. I would like to just have my personal point of view here in the end, that Indian side need to understand kindly stop fooling your people. Stop fooling your innocent people who have nothing to do with the war. They are already having a lot of discriminations all over India. Let people have peace. Let them have chance to have the development. Let them, progress. Let them, bring, this world peace and progress and development. Kindly do not use the public emotions for your political benefits and try to bring peace to this region. Thank you very much. Long live peace. Pakistan Zindabad.